If you want awesome products at great prices, check out the in the description. The heartbreak in Arkansas, a nation's neglect amidst devastation. The dust has yet to settle on the ravaged landscapes of Arkansas, Mississippi, and Missouri, where a ferocious onslaught of tornadoes and severe storms left a trail of destruction and heartbreak in their wake. More than 40 lives were tragically lost, leaving behind families shattered and communities devastated. The scale of the catastrophe is staggering. Homes reduced to rubble, businesses leveled, and entire towns scarred beyond recognition. Yet, amidst this profound human suffering, a stark and chilling reality unfolds: a callous disregard for the plight of those in need, epitomized by the Trump administration's inexplicable denial of federal disaster relief funds. The request for aid, a desperate plea for assistance from a state reeling from the impact of a natural disaster, was submitted by Arkansas's Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, a figure not known for her liberal leanings. Her appeal, a formal request under the weight of an emergency declaration, detailed the catastrophic damage inflicted by the March storms. The devastation was undeniably widespread, leaving behind a landscape of destruction that would challenge even the most resilient communities. The sheer number of fatalities, over 40 lives extinguished in a matter of hours, paints a stark picture of the unparalleled destruction caused by these violent storms. This wasn't just minor damage. This was a catastrophe demanding a swift and significant national response. Governor Sanders' impassioned plea, however, was met not with compassion, but with a cold and calculated rejection. The Trump administration, seemingly unmoved by the scale of the tragedy and the cries for help echoing from the ravaged communities, denied the vital federal disaster relief funds. This decision, echoing a pattern of disregard for those affected by natural disasters, has sparked outrage and disbelief across the nation. The denial is particularly galling given the repeated pronouncements by President Trump himself regarding his desire to dismantle FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the very agency tasked with coordinating disaster relief efforts across the nation. His vision, repeatedly articulated, is one of a dramatically reduced, if not entirely eliminated, federal role in disaster response. This philosophy is not simply a political stance. It's a philosophy that directly translates into the suffering and hardship faced by those whose lives have been turned upside down by these devastating storms. In March, President Trump signed an executive order shifting a greater burden of responsibility onto state and local governments for disaster relief efforts. This move, already met with criticism for its potential to exacerbate the already precarious situation faced by states lacking sufficient resources, now appears as a calculated prelude to the denial of aid to Arkansas. His words, uttered during a visit to the aftermath of the Los Angeles fires, provide a chilling foreshadowing of his actions in Arkansas. "I say you don't need FEMA, you need a good state government. FEMA is a very expensive, in my opinion, mostly failed situation." These statements, devoid of empathy and understanding, lay bare a shocking disregard for the fundamental role of the federal government in times of national crisis. The silence from the White House following Governor Sanders' initial appeal only deepened the sense of abandonment felt by Arkansans. The subsequent appeals, from Senators Tom Cotton and John Boozman and Representative Rick Crawford, all Republican lawmakers from Arkansas, further highlighted the bipartisan concern and frustration. Their collective plea, a letter underscoring the catastrophic scale of the damage, the loss of life, and the urgent need for federal assistance, was met with a deafening silence, ultimately resulting in a second denial of aid. The lack of federal support leaves Arkansas grappling with an overwhelming challenge. The task of rebuilding homes, repairing infrastructure, and providing the necessary support to survivors falls squarely on the shoulders of a state already grappling with the emotional and financial burden of the disaster. The sheer magnitude of the task is daunting, and the absence of federal aid compounds the difficulties faced by those struggling to recover. This is not simply about politics. This is about human lives, about the fundamental responsibility of a nation to its citizens in times of profound hardship. The denial of disaster relief funds to Arkansas is not just a political failure. It's a moral failure. It's a stark reminder that in the face of overwhelming devastation, those in power should not turn their backs, but rather offer a hand of support and a commitment to helping those in need rebuild their lives and their communities. The silence from the White House speaks volumes, a testament to the callous indifference shown towards those struggling to pick up the pieces in the wake of a devastating natural disaster. The people of Arkansas and the nation deserve better.